Canada's Minister of Agriculture is quietly heading to China. Their goal is to fix trade issues between the two countries. Host of Real Ag Radio, Sean Haney, joins us now for more on this. Sean, the focus of this trip for your minister there.
Yeah, it's great to be with you here this morning. And it is Veterans Day in the U.S. and Remembrance Day in Canada. So we're thinking of all the people that fought for our countries and protected our freedom. So we have the Minister of Agriculture, Lawrence MacAulay, headed to China. The focus of this is going to be talking about trade issues, specifically around canola. You remember going back to the late summer, China put forward this anti-dumping investigation on Canadian canola headed into China. Of course, China is one of the largest markets for Canadian ag exports. China started this anti-dumping investigation based on Canada putting a 100% tariff on Chinese EVs, as well as a 25% tariff on batteries coming out of China, which was, as many have indicated, Canada went forward with that based on the request from the U.S. So Canada dealing with some trade issues with one of its biggest trading partners on canola.
Yeah, are they bracing for tariffs? I mean, is there an expectation that this could happen from China?
Yeah, that's a really good question. It's been incredibly unclear. The facts are very blurry. Speculation is quite rampant. If we look at since these EV tariffs were announced by Canada, exports of canola to China have been they've been heightened. A lot of companies trying to get as much product into China as possible before any tariffs are put on. There was rumors floating around that the tariffs would come into place on November 15th, it's this week. There's also people talking about tariffs in the new year. When I talk to commodity analysts on Real Ag Radio, I would say, going back a month ago, everybody thought it was a for sure thing. Now, it seems to be like I'm not really sure what's exactly happening. So it's very unclear. And Mr. MacAulay's doing this trip under pretty big secrecy, which is a little bit odd as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I mean, we talked about, quietly making this trip. Why all the secrecy? Why is there such mystery around this and no transparency as of yet?
Yeah, last week in Ottawa, he did indicate that he was going to be making this trip with a very small delegation of some of the people on his team. He's not taking a bunch of different farm groups with him representing the canola industry. As of last Friday, we still had not had confirmation from his office that the trip was actually happening, but the House is not sitting this week. So this gives him an opportunity to travel out of country, and it looks like they are going to be headed to China under very quiet circumstances, which word is out. And if you're going to tell people, period, it's going to get out. It's a small industry. So I'm not exactly sure why they're trying to be so quiet about it.
Well, the word is out, Sean. We're clearly talking about it. I'm sure everybody is. I appreciate you being here. Of course, the story will continue to follow, and I'm sure you'll have more information down the road on this. Sean Haney, always a pleasure. Host of Real Ag Radio. You want to catch Sean on his show. It airs at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. That's weekdays. Rural Radio Channel 147. It's on Sirius XM. Of course, we love having Sean and his entire team join us here on Market Day Report.